Welcome, everybody, to Steelers Dynasty Podcast. I'm your host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and tonight, real quick, we're going to talk about a little bit of football, Steelers football, because we still be talking from Tuesday. We just keep on going because we got all these topics. But next is my guest, my special guest is Mark from Steelers Nation Australia. There's the co-host, Shane, and my question for each one of you guys, as I'm so hyper and I'm talking here like I'm going like I did a line of Coke, but I didn't. What position do you think the Steelers will sign in free agency? Because I feel this is a dire need. Another receiver or another running back? And Mark, I'll go with you first.
I think there could be a possibility, actually. They might sign a running back, and I've been saying this name a few times, and I just want to see if he's healthy and if it's a right move. I wouldn't mind them signing Nick Chubb from the Browns. I've been hearing that the Steeler Nation radio have been talking about that. Dell Lolly and Matt Williams have been talking about that too, so that could be a possibility. I don't know what the overall connection or contract, if there any talks of the Browns, but I feel like the Browns are dumb enough to move on from a guy that hurt himself and then they won't give him another chance. But he could be a veteran guy that it really depends to me is will Warren will be running back number one? I think Gainwell is running back number 3 regardless. So he's a kick returner / spacey guy, but
Right.
They do need a bit of a bruise and an RB1. And I can see the Steelers reaching out to at least talk to the guy if he's healthy, right? So that would be my idea that the Steelers.
If you had that option, that's who you're taking. You're taking Nick Chubb.
Honest to goodness, I think there is a few reasons why he's a good running back. I always liked him as a Brown. Don't like the Browns, but always liked him running as a running back. But he was very, very slow and wasn't with it last year. That's for sure. If you go back and watch Browns, they might have chucked him in way too fast, and also it was a losing season, so the Browns didn't really help him there. But in terms of actually signing the next one, I think we're all talking about Aaron Rodgers, which could be April 9th, like you said on my show and Still Nation Oz, at the Pat McAfee show in Pittsburgh in Paints Arena. But to be honest, over the next few weeks, there could be if there's some talk around there, and the Steelers they go that direction, they could bring in a guy like Nick Chubb, who, if he succeeds as a Steelers running back, that's fantastic to me. I think he's what 20, 28, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's a little older, but
he had a big injury though. Minka Fitzpatrick took him out, and it wasn't on purpose, but he did definitely bend his leg backwards, and it wasn't right. So I'm thinking if you can bring him in to be the veteran quarterback and then veteran running back, and also go and sign one in the draft, that's winning right there to me.
Okay, so Shane, what about you?
I think Mark's spot on. You get a third down back. Chubb is a guy that I think the Browns are just ready to move on from. He is getting a little bit older, but 27. He still has at least 2.
Oh, he's 29. My bad, 29.
So I that's right at the Steelers could get him at a decent price, get a serviceable third down back, which they need. They have the speed guy, Kenny G. I love that. The fact that they're calling him Kenny G. Warren, can he stay healthy? We don't know. You go into the draft, focus on another receiver, get another receiver, and maybe in the later rounds get a running back. I think the Steelers are in good shape. The key is who's going to be handing that ball off and slinging it.
Okay, and I'm listening to both of you, and yeah, the key is the quarterback, but I'm okay with Mason Rudolph if he is the number one quarterback and we get another quarterback in the draft. But for me, because I'm so not feeling it, because I'm very unhappy with Najee leaving because of that power running that we need a little bit to take the defense and have them sit. Steelers defense needs to sit and have that offense ground and pound. But if we could get Chubb, but also too, if we can get another serviceable, I think would be a second running back, not a first one. I think Warren, if he's healthy, he'll be number one. But if they draft somebody too and hire as a third round, maybe I don't know.
I think they're drafting someone regardless. They keep talking about all the NFL guys saying how good the running back draftees are out there. I think they're going to draft one round 1 or round 3 or whatever it may be. Steelers will draft running back for sure. depends to me if they go D-line in the first round or if they were to trade. We talked about trading Pickens. I know people don't like that, but
Not
it's
now.
just an idea that they could do it. But if they go and sign, there's so many building blocks now. They go and sign Rodgers. Maybe they won't trade Pickens and they'll go with the draft and get a running back or a vet guy like Chubbs. I think he'd happily sign a vet deal. Going to also Nick Chubb. Keep going, Chubbs. Nick Chubb, he had a good year good years until 2023 when he hurt himself, and last year I think he hurt himself, whatever it was. He was getting over 1,500 yards in 2022. So he's been a good running back, but if he's healthy, can he play? Can he bounce back? And I reckon he'd be a good signing for the Steelers, and it'd be a good signing for him too to come to the Steelers.
Well, we just need somebody to get that 1,000 yards that we always had with Najee. We don't have that. So Warren has to get that 1,000 yards. And if we sign a vet free agent, like either, Chubbs or Dobbins or whatever, and draft somebody, I just think our running back is not as strong as it was about a month ago. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, not with Najee heading out. Like, definitely there's a gap there for sure. But they went and got Gainwell for a reason to be that kick returner / fast guy from the Eagles. But yeah, I would be happy if Chubb was healthy. It's just be funny because he was a Brown and then he could be more successful with us. The Browns fans would absolutely hate it. They would hate him being in a Steelers uniform. I would love it. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be awesome. And
for me, I think we still need another running back and we need another receiver. And I don't know about the draft. I think we need somebody that's veteran type leadership. Like, I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't say Cooper come in, but maybe, from Seattle. I would, if he's a little older, he's 32, I believe. But we just need somebody else because our receiving core with just what we have is not. I just want a little stronger. Now, Mark, would you want that a little stronger in the receiving core?
Our receiving core, I think, isn't too bad at the moment because we're still kind of waiting to see what happens with Roman Wilson, to be honest. Like he may have not had the playbook last year when he came back after his injury because there was just they didn't use him. They didn't use him after he was injured.
Right.
So that was interesting to see. But I think it's pretty good with Metcalf, Pickens, and then I think whatever quarterback it may be, if it's Rodgers or Mason Rudolph, they're going to use the tight ends a lot more too. And there's a reason why they signed that other guy, Donald Parham Jr. He's like 6'7" and he's very athletic. So
and
they're going to use him. So.
Washington should get a little bit more.
Yeah, they're going to hate 100%. They're using tight ends more, I reckon that's for sure. In that thing. So I'm like this time compared to last year, I'm heaps better with the receiver. I just would like to see them make the next move. Obviously, quarterback's on their mind. But the next move, I think, it could be running back to get a vet running back. The Steelers, I don't think, as much as I love Warren, they probably don't feel as comfortable without their number one running back.
Right. Shane, what about you real quick?
I think this year is a great year to have the need for a receiver or a running back. And with the Steelers, like the later rounds, I think they can get a very serviceable back or receiver. They're in better shape than they are last year. Last year, okay. That was the big splash that they made a move. They made a very un-black and gold move to get not only Wilson but Fields. I mean, we wouldn't, sometimes it's paralysis by analysis, and I think that's what happened. I think if they'd have let Fields ride it out, or Wilson, he was hurt, but I think if they just had Fields, it'd been in better shape. But like you guys said on the last show, they were one win away from probably keeping Wilson. So here we are. The Steelers, you're going to see some big moves. DK Metcalf was a huge move for the Steelers, which makes me very optimistic that they're willing to make some other splash moves, using Tomlin's terminology.
Splash. So I'm hoping they can splash something because I want them to sign a running back and another vet receiver somewhere, and then probably draft both of those positions later on in the draft.
J.K. Dobbins could be also interesting too. Former Raven, Charger, and he's now he's looking for a team. I think the Steelers are still looking for another running back. So if everything falls the way of A-Rod coming to the Steelers, and that's going to be more of a chance that other players will sign around him, right? So right. You probably see J.K. Dobbins have a chance for a contract there. Like Steelers are going to get someone else. To me, they're going to get someone else at running back. I think before receiver before the draft, like 100%. And Jacob Dobbins makes sense.
I think they wanted him years ago, and the Ravens took him before the Steelers.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
He makes a lot of sense as well, to be honest.
Either one of them two, then, as the vet running back, to have the vet running back in the position that we have, because we don't have really a vet running game right now. So that's why I wanted to ask you guys.
Not right now, no.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you. Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Well, tomorrow night, I want to thank. We've been doing all these football stuff. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I want to thank Mark from Steelers Nation Australia. If you haven't subscribed to his show, he's got tons of subs. He's doing shows every day. He has 2 lovely channels now, or 2 shows, or 3 shows, or 4 shows. How many shows you got, Mark? 6?
I do. I go to 2. So I do Steel Nation Oz, and I do some podcasting for the AFC North Roundtable on YouTube, and I also do some podcasting for Steel Curtain Network. So we just love talking football. And now this is the fun part right now, because like there's rumors, but there's like facts behind the rumors.
Yeah.
Rodgers was in the building. Rodgers could definitely sign very soon. It's a fact. So there's
it's not a myth. They've seen him in Pittsburgh. And it's going to happen.
It's the fun part. It's the fun part where facts are, you can actually talk about what may happen with the facts that you are given, not like what may happen with this guy and that guy. It's like, it's more fun.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring you guys on again to do like more videos after the show. We just did an hour and a half ago, but I just see that there's other stuff and other needs that the Steelers seriously need to be a contender, not a pretender, a contender. So I thank you guys for coming on, and everybody subscribe to Steelers Nation Australia, and we love having Mark on, and we do a show with Mark every Tuesdays at 7 Eastern, 7 p.m. And me and Shane, we do shows every Wednesday at 9. So subscribe to our show, Steelers Dnasty Podcast.
Breaking news. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's
okay.
You guys.
Hey, well,
you never know.
Now you never know. Today was crazy. Okay, everybody. Thank you guys so much.